Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the official Hermitcraft Modsauce server. Are you ready for some Modsauce? Are you ready for some exciting news? That's right, the Modpack is now available for you to go and play. Now don't just go running off to play it. Wait right there, I have some important information to tell you, of course. Yes, it's now publicly available at last, but it is released in the form of a beta, and that actually doesn't really mean too much other than a little bit of a warning label because this is 1.7.10, everything's kind of new, and so you're probably going to run into a few problems with it. Now, if you do run into problems, I've got to say straight away, the people to report these things to are the mod authors themselves. If you report it to us, there's nothing we can do with it because this is a compilation of other people's work. It's a mod pack, so if ever you have an issue, you need to direct it to the mod author of the mod you're having some trouble with. So with that said, you can get the mod pack on the I was about to say ATL, it's the AT launcher, I do that every time. You can get it on their website, you can find that by googling AT launcher, or you can look in the description box. I probably put a link down there for you to click, and you can go over to their website and you can get the mod pack. Now if you don't know how to use the AT launcher and you need help installing it, then Biffa should have a tutorial out on that, a video tutorial, so there should hopefully be a link to that in the description box as well. And one last thing that I've got to tell you is that there is also server support provided by Cubetoast for this as well at launch. First day it's come out and they've already hooked us up with server support, which is absolutely amazing. So if you're looking to play this with your friends, then Cubetoast are the people to go with. We actually have a discount code for their servers as well, which is Hermitcraft, funny enough. You can find a link to that all down there in the description box. And last of all, I've got to say, again, huge props to Lone Wolf. He's the guy who's put this all together. He's been absolutely awesome making this mod pack happen for us, which is awesome for us, awesome for you guys. And it's all thanks to Lone Wolf, so a big thanks to Lone Wolf. And now it's time for us to jump into this episode, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing. So, you may have noticed this fancy thing down here in my hotbar. This is a transformation core. It looks really awesome, but this thing right here is for a project. A really amazing project. I'll actually just talk about that in a moment. The crafting recipe for this. I was looking at this and I was watching all of these things change, and I was thinking, oh man, we just need a whole bunch of dyes in here. And I went around gathering loads of the red dye, and then it took me a while to kind of think, hang on a minute, these are just changing because there's the same type of dye in the different mods. So these things are smart. You probably know that. There's 3 different types of dye in this game, from Botania, Biomes of Plenty, and just vanilla Minecraft. Now, Botania, we have plenty of those flowers around this area. Got a load in this chest here. Turns out you can make this thing right here, a Pestle and Mortar. You can take one of these. In fact, let's just take a brown one right there. And you can craft that into the leaves, put it in with this thing, which doesn't have durability, by the way, and then break it down into this, which is the equivalent of a dye. And I do believe, because the mods are smart now, that if you put that with a wall block or something like that, that'll act as a dye, like a vanilla dye, which is pretty awesome. So I managed to craft this thing. Took me a while, had to get some help from DMAC. He's been awesome showing me a whole bunch of different stuff, and now we can craft this thing. It is the Biome Capsule. And this thing right here is for a project we'll go upstairs and talk about in a moment. But one thing I've got to let you know is I cannot find like hardly any information about these. All I found is like one comment on how to use it by the mod author. And this thing, if it does what I think it's going to do, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm really excited. So let's go up the top here and talk about what we're going to be doing. I've been standing down here in this area and thinking, this place looks really cool, but it's kind of a little bit bare and it needs some things going on. Now these right here, they're probably going to go because we're storing things elsewhere, and we've just got these big bland walls. So I was going to look at it and I thought, it's going to look awesome if we have another one of these on the other side for different mobs. And I started thinking about what mobs do we want to farm, what ones do we need, and the one that we really need is the Wither Skeleton, because I want to get some extra hearts. Some of you will know about that. Down here you can go from red hearts to yellow to orange, and I think even green. And to do that, we need some necrotic bones, which drop from wither skeletons. From the wither skeletons in this one. So I want to build a wither skeleton farm. Thing is, I don't have any wither skeleton spawners, but if you use a skeleton spawner, which I have plenty of, if you use that in the nether, then you get some wither skeletons. So can you see where I'm going with this? Can you see where I'm going? We've got a biome capsule. And also the other item we might be using, still don't know how this stuff uses, is a biome painter. So my plan right here is to paint a biome. We can change the biomes, we can do this. This is so exciting. Like, I'm thinking we can make all of the grass in our base like nice and bright green, like it's in a jungle as well. But what we can do is bring a little bit of the nether over here and turn this into a hell biome, which might screw around with the spawning. We might have ghasts just randomly spawning on stuff. However, we got our magnum torch to back us up. That thing is awesome. And yeah, anyway, it means if we change all of that into a nether biome, then hopefully We'll get nether skeletons, wither skeletons spawning in there, and then we'll have a wither skeleton and bone farm, and oh, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm really excited. So, all we have to do with this biome capsule is supposedly go into the nether and plop it down on the ground. Now, I want to go into an area with a little bit of space in case something happens. They are just pigmen. Yep, they're pigmen with armor. There are some other, whoa, scary mobs in here, like red creepers that look like netherrack. I've avoided them a few times. Anyway, let's put this down on the ground. Oh, okay, well he said throw it down, and I thought that was sort of like place it. So maybe he did actually mean throw it down, and I'm referring to the comment that the author of the mod left. So he said throw it down, and then this thing should supposedly charge, and it can charge several times or something. I think if it's an item on the ground, it's not really going to do too much, is it? Like, it needs to be a block for the world to know that something's going on. Oh, no. I'm an idiot. Okay, it did it. Will this thing despawn after 5 minutes? That would suck if it did. I don't think it would. Okay, so it's making a little yellow animation. This is cool. I like this. Let's go and pick that up. Right, so it's got 10 charges. It's going to be really quick. Okay, hopefully that's as straightforward as it is. I'm going to wait here and watch it, just in case anything happens. I'm going to pick it up every so often, because I don't want this thing to despawn either. Okay, it is full. That is good. Now we've got to head back to the overworld and I think craft the painter. Should have crafted that before we come here. But the recipe should be pretty easy. Let's just hop through here and have a look. Yep, that is not going to take a lot to make. Although that's an obsidian stick, and I got this feeling I've got like one piece of obsidian left. Let's go and have a look. Ah, look at that. 2 pieces left. That is a fair bit of luck. Let's just plop this down in here and craft it quickly. So it was one of those at the bottom, one of those on top, and one of those. This is why I crafted a few of these things. And we have a world painter. So I'm going to guess that we right click to use this. That should be pretty obvious. One of those charges should go down. But we've got to make sure we do this in the right place. So I better figure out actually where this needs to go first. So I'm using my smelty hammer. This thing is slower, but it is awesome. And I think I got a few ingots from it. Yep, we've got 1. And look at that thing. The lapis level is going up. That is good. Right, anyway, let's use this painter thing. So I think all we've got to do is just right click. Let's start over in this corner. Let's remove that torch just in case it interferes. What are you now? Are you now a hell biome? We can use F3 for this. So we're in Forest Hills. And now we're in Corrupted Sands. Yes, this thing said Corrupted Sands capsule, didn't it? And I didn't really pay too much attention to that. Now this might be because the Nether actually has its own kind of biomes itself, and we might just want the regular one. But either way, this thing was pretty cheap to make, right? And if I have to make another one of those... I say it's pretty cheap, then I remembered the crafting recipe. It had a diamond block in it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, so it's not cheap. Hopefully we can reuse this thing. If not, I could probably pull off making another one and make sure we get the right biome. But for now, I think what we'll actually do is just do all of these. Let's see if we can do one with a torch on it. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So all I've got to do is be clever and go over these and just click them one by one. And there we go. Do you know what I've been thinking while I've been doing this? Look, it's all corrupted sand. You can see it on F3. What is the surface going to look like? I haven't even thought about that. There might even be some crazy mobs spawning. Although we've got the magnum torch keeping us nice and safe. Actually, that means we can go out there even though it is night. And there's quite a few people on as well, so no need to jump in a bed if other people aren't. Okay, I think we are going to have to go up the hill there. I'm thinking about using an ender pearl, but I don't have one because I'm poor. We need to get ourselves an enderman spawner. There are some in the dungeons. Do you know what? I think it might be a good idea to go exploring another one or finish exploring the one that I have as well, because I want to get some more blaze spawners, that's for sure. There's a dark patch right here. Yep, that's the corrupted sand, so it's turned into the lovely, the old nether grass looking stuff. Okay, hello. You shouldn't be able to spawn near here. Actually, I don't know how far away it is from the magnum torch. You'd think 64 is a lot, but you can easily just, you know, run that amount without realising. Okay, so what do I need to do next? I think I want to go to the nether again and just check what other biomes are available. Actually, no, before we do that, we can just place down a spawner. We don't have to get this thing all set up fancy just yet. We could put one down there. If I grab some dark glass as well, then we can put like a temporary shield up and then put down the spawner and see if we get some wither skeletons. Okay, protective shield in place. Let's remove all the torches on this side. And actually, I should have removed them from the other side. Where are my torches? There we go. Okay, we're going to put this thing down in the corner, just over here. And then we're going to stand back and see what happens. Regular guy. Oh, let me get out. I'm not too prepared to fight these guys, I don't. Actually, I probably am. I don't know. Okay, you're dead. This thing might take a while. Let's just knock out the rest of these torches. Give it some more encouragement. Probably should have put it in the middle of the room. I was thinking low spawn rates would be good at first, but now we're not getting anything, are we? Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to stand here for a while and wait. Whoa! Floaty green thing. Oh, it went away. Oh, there it is. Come here. Ha! Gotcha. I've seen these spawn a few times now, and they drop those things. I think I had one of those in my inventory as well. Ectoplasm. I wonder how uses that thing has. Is it U for uses? Yeah. Oh. Spirit binder. Spectre iron. I wonder if I can make armor with that. That would be sweet. What are the uses for this thing? Oh, I can. Well, there's something to make if we find more of those guys. This is awesome. And I can make a spectre sword as well with soul solid. Huh. I wonder how good this is as armor. That's cool. I love doing this, actually. It's really cool to just find stuff in NEI. That's how I found the Biome Painter, by the way. I just searched Biome, and we got 3 of these guys here. There we go. Whack you all to death. Oh, hello. Oh, there's another one. Yes. Give me your ectoplasm. Ah, didn't get any that time. Do you know what? I haven't seen one yet. This guy's got a hat on, I do believe. I'll take that. Is that a slice of cheese? I was just thinking, you know, it's a vanilla thing probably that it makes it spawn the wither skeletons, so it'll look for the hell biome and not some other biome that just happens to be related to hell. I didn't pick that up, did I? Yes, my inventory is full of rubbish. Right, so I think the problem here is that it's corrupted sand, so we should probably go back to the nether and see if we can find a hell biome. Oh, look at that! Phantasmagoric Inferno. Phantasmagoric. Hell, there we go. Okay, right. That is good. Don't want any of that phantasm nonsense. Right. This thing right here, I think if we throw it down on the ground, it's probably not going to do anything, right? We had to give it a moment before, but I'm pretty sure that's already filled up with something, so it's not going to do anything. Yep, doesn't look like it is. And we've got 192 charges on this thing, so if we go all the way back down here to the same one, I don't really want to change anything, you know, just for the sake of it. Right, corrupt sands. If I click there, is it going to change it? No, because it's the same biome. So if we actually go back over here to the phantasm stuff, we click it, then it's going to change it. Right. So that means I need to find 191 places here in the nether to change it back, and I don't really want to mess stuff up in here too much. I guess it would be a good idea just to stick to an area around this one, and it's all corrupted sands. Well, this is going to be a little bit tedious, but I'm going to look for an area which I can change, and change over 192 blocks. Oh, look at that. I'll take that right there. That's a valuable little ore. Anyway, I'll get to work and be back with you in a bit. So, it's doing it. If you can see that thing right there, it's red. And it made me realise that this thing has a colour. So each biome has its own colour, which will probably, you know, make a little more sense in the overworld. Over here in the nether, I'm not too used to what the different parts of it look like. But that is interesting, and in the future I think it would be a fun project to collect loads of these, but had to sink another 9 diamonds and had to mine some obsidian again for this, so we won't be doing that anytime soon, but we have it, we got the hell biome here, and hopefully we're going to get some wither skeleton spawns. Well, unfortunately, I've had no luck. You can see it's the hell biome now, so if ever it's going to work, now would be the time, but I've killed a fair few of these guys, and unfortunately we've got nothing. So I'm thinking that because this isn't a regular spawner, it's from one of those dungeons, that could be causing a problem. So if we were to find a vanilla spawner, then it might just work. It might just work, although it might be something completely different. Maybe it doesn't actually check the biome, maybe it checks the dimension, which means we wouldn't be able to pull this off. However, I think it'd be worth trying to find a skeleton spawner. So it's just thinking to myself, that means a lot of exploring, which I don't have the time to do at the moment. But we are in 1.7.10, so X-ray machines should still work. Hopefully the mods haven't patched that up. So with some ender pearls and some redstone blocks, we can have a look in the area, and hopefully we will get lucky. And of course, I used all of my ender pearls crafting stuff the other day. So looks like I'm going to have to go on a little bit of a hunt for some ender pearls. Oh, I cannot believe my luck. There's a spawner right there. I'm pretty sure that's one. Looks like there might be another room just over there. Oh, I can even see a XP berry. That's cool. I'd love to get some more of them. Pretty hard to see anything else that's going on around here. A night vision potion would be good. But yeah, if we dig directly down, over to the left a little bit, we should find a spawner room. And another one down there. I can see some more mossy stone and a chest. In fact, this one doesn't quite look like mossy stone. It actually looks like just stone. So I guess we will soon find out what that is. That might not actually be a spawner, but yeah, there you go. There's definitely one down there. So that's a bit of luck. And yes, that's why I wanted the ender pearls. Did I already explain that? Yeah, I think I did. I think I explained I was going to use an X-ray machine. I haven't been here in a while. Decided this would be a good spot to kind of get underneath everything and have a look. And we've got a ton of items, so this could be a project to kind of automate this to pick out the ones that we want, which we know how to do now. I want to keep all of these name tags. Yes, that's a little project we can do right there, isn't it? That's going to be awesome. Okay, so yeah, I needed to dig down over to that side a little bit. This is going to be fun. I'm probably just going to dig straight down and then pillar back out. That sounds like kind of a risky way. I don't know, we got our diamond armor now, so I'm probably not going to die. Do you like the sound of thunder? Is it going to stop? Oh man, that thunder just goes on and on and on. It's crazy. There it is, yeah. Yeah, not a spawner, just an empty room with a chest with a couple of emeralds in. I guess I'll take those. A little bit disappointed, gotta be honest. Let's do another one of these, see if we can see anything from down here. I am starting to feel a little underprepared, I got to say. Okay. Oh, that thunder is insane! And I can see hardly anything because we're down at the bottom with the void fog. What Y level are we on? 12, brilliant. Okay, I dug all the way down. Probably a good idea to go back up and have a look from up there. Well, I had absolutely no luck finding any dungeons, so I gave up on that idea, and we are now on the pack that is going to be released. I thought we were already on the final version of the pack, but it turns out that I don't know anything and I'm a dummy. So now we've updated, and there is one little problem that I found straight away, and if you have epilepsy or anything like that, then it's a good idea to stop watching this video because there's going to be some flashing colours and stuff on the screen. There it is. That is not very good. That's a bug that I'm sure is going to get fixed. However, we're probably not going to be using these better barrels. And oh, looking at that really actually does my eyes in a little bit. Anyway, you guys are awesome. I've got to say, I love reading the comments because I get stuck on things. And I go read the comments and I find all of the solutions. One of you said to use covers on the pipes, and this is brilliant. This now gets the pipes to go through one chest at a time, which I haven't had the time to test it, but it should mean that it works, and it means we can move forward with a storage system. Now, one of the things that I'm looking at using for this is something you guys have been recommending, and also King Daddy DMAC as well. If we go and type deep, there is something called a deep storage unit, and I think this stores 2 billion items of one type of item, which is absolutely ridiculous. So if we're going to be using barrels and they're going to be tedious to upgrade, then we might as well do something that's going to outdo these completely, and that will be these things. However, the crafting for them is a bit tedious. I need to find myself an Enderman spawner, get an Enderman Farm. We've got the blaze for this, and this stuff I do believe is made out of... Oh, okay. Yes, see, I made some of these before when I was playing around with it, and I thought this is actually a different recipe. We can kind of afford that. I'll have to go exploring for the clay and the sand, but if we go down the bottom here, I've actually built some of these unit things before, but they do look a little bit expensive, and here they are, harvesters. I was going to harvest some of these ore berries with them, but it turns out they need power, and I haven't had the time to research that. And also I thought I'd set up a little cactus farm here just for fun, because I was thinking about it when I got some cactus for the dyes for the stuff we were crafting earlier, and look at that, we can use this thing to pick up the items, and so I put 4 of them down here, and what would you know, it's actually working. Now, I was expecting not a lot, but 29 I think is pretty good for the amount of time I've been logged in, and I'm pleased with that. We could even make it a little bit bigger, and I doubt we're ever going to need a large quantity of cactus, but if we do, we know we can make a vanilla style farm using some stuff from the mods, which is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. And I think there was something else I was going to mention. Kind of lost my train of thought there, but deep storage is the way to go, and it's going to take us a while to get there. So there's one more thing that I want to do at the moment, and that is to craft this stuff right here. So these are made out of aluminium brass nuggets and some string. Oh, and they're also made out of... Oh, well, if I'd have known that, I would have made them out of gold. Okay, so aluminium brass is a bit of a pain to make because you have to put, I think it's 3 copper and 1 aluminium into the It's probably free brass since it's called Aluminium Brass. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, that one's copper. One of these is brass. Tin. Aluminium brass. I don't know what I'm doing, do I? Anyway, you have to mix them up in the smeltery. And I just had some left over, which is good. So I thought that we'd make one of these things. A silky jewel, which we can put onto a tool. And then it will have silk touch. And, oh yeah, I put enough for 2 in there. Confused myself then. So I was thinking we'd put it on this pickaxe, because when I go mining and digging around with this, sometimes I pick up the ores and stuff, and it's not that great because we can obviously smelt that and get double the amount. So if I have silk touch on it, then it's going to be quite useful, isn't it? And how do we do that again? We just dump it in here, and oh, that's the one for repairing. We've got a stack of steel in there, and we've got to add a modifier first. That's what I'm forgetting. I knew I was forgetting something. Right, so 1 extra modifier on this thing. There we go, and we're going to make that a silky jewel, so this thing is now silk touch. And look at that thing. It looks amazing. Let's hang it up there so we can see it in its full glory. That is an awesome looking pick. I've got to say, I do love these tools. So one of the reasons I wanted this silk touch tool was because of the glowstone that normally breaks. Now we can silk touch it, which is awesome. But it's been boggling my mind a little bit, because I'm sure at one point I was able to actually keep this without silk touch. And I think it's when you put it in a carpenter's block, it will then... Oh, that was interesting. I think we found a little bit of a bug there. Oh, that's awesome. You could totally like stand behind someone and do that. That's something I've got to do at some point. That's cool. Anyway, yes, that's how I got the block back, and I think that's going to wrap things up for this episode. It's been a little bit of a derpy one. Haven't had too much time to play lately. Been very busy, and of course I wanted to make a video to let you know that the Modsauce is coming out. But in the upcoming episodes, I think we should look at making a quarry. Lately, I've just been a little bit stretched for resources, and I'm getting to this point where everything that you've got to do in the mods kind of takes a lot of resources, which means a lot more time mining, and I haven't had the time to do that. So it feels like a quarry would be a good project, and it's about the right time to look into doing something like that. So that's probably what we're going to do in the next one, but that's it for this episode. Remember, the Modsauce is now public. Go and play it, go have some fun with it, and I'll catch you in the next episode. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.